Happy morning.
Good morning. Today's is short. Let's do it. You want me to read it? I think you read yesterday.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, go for
The
it.
table of contents and the index. The index is the search bar, the random access to the facts we can look up. The table of contents, though, that's a point of view. It's a taxonomy of how to understand a complicated idea. It's the skeleton of the narrative and the pedagogy for learning. We're at risk of becoming all index. The world could probably benefit from your table of contents. Hmm.
Nice. Well, partially why I wanted you to read it is because uh, that P word,
Oh, pedagogy.
pedagogy, pedagogy. That's one that I've seen that word before, but I'm like I don't know how to, I'm just gonna avoid that word because I don't know what to do with that word.
That's funny because I nailed that one,
Um,
but the one that tripped me up was taxonomy because in my head I saw it as taxidermy, but I didn't say tax.
oh man,
Yeah.
no, what's great about this is, and he kind of he has this cool index versus table of contents dichotomy that he's maybe playing with. I don't, is that a dichotomy? I'm trying to use fancy words now. Um, but he said that's a point of view, and I think that's kind of like he's saying this is your opinion, uh, your curation is what is found in the table of contents. This is how to look at
Makes sense.
all of this information, um, which I think is really cool. I've never considered. I just have always considered a table of contents as here's how to get to the points,
Mhm.
but deeper than that, it is like, but these are the points that you need to get to, in a way. So yeah, curated point of view, opinion of how to engage with, and what order to engage with the concept or topics.
Yeah, I
Never looked at it
you
like that.
what'd you say?
Never looked at it like
Yeah,
that.
me either, and I didn't really get it when I read it. So I'm grateful that you explained that because now I get it. Yeah, it's like table of contents is like a guide to a journey you're about to go on, but you also have the ability to like choose your own adventure if you can skip ahead or whatever. Whereas the index is just finding information. Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, interesting. I'm not really sure how that applies to.
Well, it's like saying the entire internet's available to us through a search bar. Um, but the when it's organized and you have someone saying, so to your, you just started going into a map analogy, right?
Choose
Or
your
did I jump that in my own brain?
Well, I just said choose your own adventure. I think you jumped to a map
Choose your own
analogy
adventure.
in your own brain.
Yeah, my brain's like map, go. But yeah, so like, okay, I know we talk a lot about Tesla, and obviously,
Mhm.
like, I guess I'm more of a Tesla fanboy. But here's what's so interesting about when people talk about like, oh, well, what do you think? It's not just like, oh, it's a great different. It's a great version of the same kind of car that you drive. It's like, no, it changes how you think about your relationship with a car. And here's one of the reasons why is because if you fill up with gas at a gas station,
Mhm.
you know that like you think in hours or something. Like if you're gonna go on a road trip, you're like, I could probably get 5 hours out of a gas tank of
Yeah.
gas. Well, you just think differently with an electric car, and specifically Tesla has its own brain, right? So like usually I was using Apple CarPlay in our Volkswagen or whatever Kia, and to go away from that was that was the biggest hurdle to adopting Tesla as our lifestyle of cars.
Yeah.
But when you get in the car and you tell it where you want to go, it goes great. Here's how we're gonna get there. And if it's a long trip, it's like here's where we're gonna go to make sure you're charged enough to get to your destination.
Yeah.
The point of Tesla fanboying out to get back to the table of contents is in a way it's saying I'm going to curate your journey to prioritize getting you there, but also in a way that's best for you in the car to get
Yeah.
there. Yeah. So it curates your journey based on its charging
Yeah.
points, which is just different because you have to know that um, it's not necessarily the fastest way,
Mhm.
but you've chosen to engage with this. So if you pick up a book or you go into a website. So like Marty Kagan is like this product guru and like he's like Yoda for people who design
Okay.
products. He has this entire Silicon Valley. He's called Silicon Valley something or another. But anyway, he has like all of his thoughts curated about product on his blog. It's like amazing. It's just like it's almost like Wikipedia for product building and how to think about roles on a team and structure teams. And so, but when you go there, he's going to curate all of this knowledge on a path to where you could just get any of this by going to Google and saying, how do I do product? But when you go there, you're saying, I want your
Yeah.
roadmap. I want your journey. And that's leverage. That's power. That's brand. That is
Influence.
influence. So yeah, I think as I think about it more, I think some of that is, I want Marty Kagan's worldview
Yeah.
on product. And that's what I'm going there for. Yeah.
That's a good.
Sometimes my riffs just dissolve,
No, that
so.
makes a lot of sense. That makes you remind me like there's this woman Kathleen that started MKT1, which is a Substack, but she same thing. It's like if I'm thinking about how to structure a marketing team or a marketing strategy, she's where like I'm going to her Substack because she's curated it and organized it, and I want her specific opinion because of her experience. Yeah, interesting. And that's actually this applies to a real. I have a client right now who bonsaiheirloom.com if you would like to purchase a bonsai.
Ooh.
But he has tons of videos and he's got a really big following on YouTube and on Instagram. And we're trying to figure out how do we. He originally had it on his website called Bonsaipedia. But then we were moving it over to Substack. And now we're trying to figure out do we stick with Word or do we go to WordPress? Just like, and my argument was, well, we should leverage like he already has 100 something thousand followers on YouTube. Why would like we're never going to beat the SEO on YouTube. So let's not try to
Wow.
recreate it on our website. But then with Substack, one of my colleagues was saying, but it's like I can't. She didn't use these words, but it's like what you're saying. Like she doesn't like the limited ability to curate on Substack. You can use tags, but it's just not as customizable as like a WordPress. So anyway, we were just having this conversation yesterday, and so now you're sparking more of a philosophical, strategic way to think about it, rather than, I'm just not very philosophical. So I'm like very like tactical, like, well, why would we compete with YouTube? It's all on YouTube. Why would But there is value in curating from a specific person's point of view. And this guy has been trained by like the best, so he's well known in that world. So yeah, people might want to see how he's curated his specific um, content rather than just going to YouTube and watching it. So interesting, making me think about a real life practical example here.
Well, there you go.
All right, let's
Um,
go tell.
we recently unpacked with our friend Nick, unpacked like how we do the podcast and like some of the system that Holly has set up. And one thing that, so here's like if you came from his podcast over, here's a little bonus feature that we didn't get a chance to share, which is, and I think I've maybe mentioned this before, but a little morsel, is I've created a producer bot. And for the most part, like what you're hearing or experiencing is like Holly and I's, like we don't really need it, but it's there for a safety net in case it's like, oh, I really don't get this. Like help me structure some. But today it gives me a like one liner, and I thought, oh, this is really good. So maybe we can just kind of like close it up here. So thanks, producer bot. This says we're drowning in search results, but starving for structure. Don't just search, structure. Your point of view helps others learn, which I think is a great like to sum it all up kind of statement.
Yes.
Anyone can go search. Anyone can just what are the kids saying? YOLO or yeet?
Wow.
Anyone can yeet a prompt into ChatGPT,
I don't even know what.
and all the Gen Zs just roll their eyes. Old guy here. You can just toss a prompt into ChatGPT, but it's that point of view that you uniquely offer. And I don't know how to like tie it into Bonsai. I'm not as familiar with that community or whatever, but it's what your point of view, your unique point of view, your hot takes.
Mhm.
This is what sets you apart from the noise. This is what makes you different from all the other quote unquote experts in a space. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's awesome. We'll go to sethsaidwhat.com and let us know what you think about table of contents versus index. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Daniel. Have a good day over there.
Yeah, you too. Talk to you later, Holly.